Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the Emilia Romagna feature for Formula 2, Race 7 of 2027 for Formula 2 in 2025. Well, I slept through the early morning races, the Formula E race, and the Formula 3 feature. But we got time for the Formula 2 feature race. Goddamn, 4 in the morning. Also, while it might be a little groggy because I literally woke up 3 minutes ago. Also, gotta be quiet because of the parents. That being said, I'm gonna quickly rip through the starting lineup because I don't have a ton of time. Okay, hold on a minute. Row 11, Kean Shields, and number 21, and number 24, John Bennett. Row 10, wait. Hold on. Okay, no. Row 11. What? Oh, hold on. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Row 11, Richard Verschoor, and number 6, and Sam Megatuniv, and the number 22. Row 10, Emery Cordial in the 16, and John Bennett in the 24. Row 9, Keen Shields in the 21, and Max Esterson in the 23. Row 8, Gabriele Mini in the 10, and Rafael Villagomez in the 25. Row 7, Pepe Marti in the number 3, and Kush Miney in the number 12. Row 6, Dino Beganovic in the 8, Joshua Dirksen in the 20. Row 5, Oliver Gerther in the 5. Sebastian Montoya. Wait, no, never mind. This is the. Hold on, that's the sprint race results. Unless I got the time fucked up, I'm pretty sure it should be the. Hold on. So I don't know why didn't it should be it should have updated by now. There you go. All right, let's try this again. Row 11, Keen Shields in the 21, John Bennett in the 24. Row 10, Emery Cordial in the 16, Richard Verschoor in the 6. Row 9, Max Esterson in the 23, Rafael Villagomez in the 25. Row 8, Sammy Megatuniv in the 22, Gabriele Mini in the 10. Row 7, Joshua Dirksen in the 20, and Kush Miney in the 12. Row 6, Roman Stanek in the 2, Pepe Marti in the 3. Row 10, Row 5, Ritomo Miyata in the 15, and Jack Crawford in the 11. Row 4, Oliver Gerther in the 5, and Luke Browning in the 7. Row 3, Arvid Lindblad in the 4, Alex Dunn in the 17. Row 2, Leonardo Fornaroli in the 1, Victor Martins in the 14. Front row, number 9, Sebastian Montoya, and the pole sitter, Dino Beganovic. Now, I believe this race will be, actually I don't know race distance right now. Alright, so this race will be 35 laps, so roughly 60% of race distance. No, not okay, no. 7. Roughly 5/9 of race distance. No, 4/7 of race distance for a Formula 1 race. Yeah, I'm going that type of fraction. There we go. Perfect timing as well. Let's see who won the Formula 3 race. I know Oliver Rowland won the Formula E race again. And the winner is an F3 feature race.
Who took that first pole position, and we caught up with him on Friday after qualifying when he was handed that Aramco pole position from Bruno Michel.
This is Santiago Ramos, who won the Melbourne Sprint. So he's the first he's the second multi-race winner of the year.
No, I'm really happy with this. It's been a bit of a long time coming. Feel like it's the right moment to do it. Start the European season here and looking just for a clean start, and then obviously a smart and strategic race.
Well, a clean start is what he wants. It's been a really difficult pole position here in previous years. As of yesterday inclusive, no Formula 2 race in the current era has been won for pole position. You're well offline on the left-hand side. You are slightly ahead, but drivers, when they're running lap on lap here, tend to hug the pit wall on the inside. It's what I'd call an old Suzuka pole here, where you are ahead, you are on the inside line for the first corner, but you're well off the race line, and that can be conducive to not getting the best launch. There we have Sebastian Montoya after losing the engine early on before the formation lap. What a shame.
And what makes it worse is he's on the super soft tyre. It's not like he's on the soft tyre, which drivers may be around him as well. Real shame for him. Okay, welcome to Formula 2. Welcome to round 4. This is our feature race. 35 laps ahead. Points to your top 10, similar to what we have in Formula 1. 25 going to your winner. DRS will be activated down here at the end of lap 1. Pit stops can happen at the end of 6 laps. There is our green flag. On the front row, all by himself, your first Swedish pole sitter in FIA Formula 2.
Here we go. We're green at Imola. Good start for the McLaren Junior. No, for the fourth place car. I think that's done. They head down towards the Tamburello chicane. Here comes Fornaroli from the second row. But Beganovic will hold on to the lead.
For the first time, it's Beganovic leading the Italian Leo Fornaroli, and then Arvid Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior, is in third, and this fight continuing.
Fornaroli trying to find anywhere to go. To head into I can't even remember what comes after the Tamburello chicane. Oh, we got one of the cars, the Trident car. That's probably Esterson. Oh, Montoya had a pit lane start. Oh, we got a car that stalled. Victor Martins, number 14, in the Williams Jr. Didn't even get started. Thanks, Mechachrome.
This feature race out before it's really begun, and that's another disaster for Victor Martins, with all of the opportunity to take the position that he finally would have wanted in the championship. They bounce over the curbs of the Varianti Alta for the first time and start to string out between the two turns of Ravazza, but we've lost two potential race winners very early on.
That driver can also take the championship lead as well, Leo Fornaroli, and he can do it on home soil. We still have a long way to go in this race, though. Joshua Dirksen knows all about that. He drove to the podium here last year. He's already up to P8 as they make their way down to Tamburello, firing past the pit wall.
All right, Arnie on lap 2. Beganovic has gotten it's not okay. He doesn't really have that big a lead, but so Beganovic is the leader. Fornaroli is second. Lindblad is third. Dunn is fourth. Crawford fifth.
There he is in the white and black machine, and he is the driver who's taking that soft compound tyre. He's got a bit of a gaggle.
Richard Verschoor had a great start yesterday, and he had another great start today. He's up 5 positions since the start of the race. And 14th.
They've got to look after this soft compound tyre. Long way to go here. 35 laps. Pirelli are telling us
there's a pit stop.
will last a couple more laps, maybe, than the iteration of the Super Soft last year. But it's still a very long stint that needs to be achieved on one of the softest tyres available in the championship.
As you point out, Alex, that's our alternative strategy battle here, being led by Miata in the Toyota livery. Dirksen is second in that.
And Interesting. So that's done talking. So he's running fourth. Lindblad's in third. He thinks that it'll be him and Lindblad for the end game of the race.
As did Lindblad. Those two, Linus Dunn in the race, third and fourth, Campos and Rodin running the two cars, and they are really the danger men over 25 laps on the soft tyre.
Our championship leader, Richard Bashaw, is right in the middle of that in the orange MP. Pepe Marti needs to move forward as well, and he's doing just that. He's the Red Bull Junior, fourth in queue, and Pepe Marti in the fight for the championship. He's third in the standings. He's got DRS now to the yellow Invicta of Roman Stanek, and he's going to execute a move. Round the outside he goes, and Pepe Marti doing exactly what he needs to do.
So Marty just passed ahead of Roman Stanek, so that's ninth place.
Marti penalised yesterday after a collision with Mini exactly
So
here.
Marty lost a couple positions, although I don't think Pepe Marty actually got any points anyway.
Over the rear wing of Miata and Dirksen, who's had strong pace all weekend long. They're stuck in a little bit of a DRS train, but there's more wind today down that front straight. It seemed to make DRS much more powerful in Formula 3. Let's see what they've got in F2. Swinging around in terms of its gusts, though. 1 minute you get a headwind, 1 minute you get a tailwind. They might get a bit of variable performance from the drag reduction system.
And Miata has lost that DRS to Browning ahead, so he is going to be left very vulnerable here. Up front, Fornaroli has the DRS. You have to be within 1 second to the driver ahead. We're seeing the relative gaps to drivers ahead to the left.
So that's Martins who lost the car, who lost the engine on the start line, and is just there. He is. You can see, look, Beganovic wanting him to get out of the way as quickly as possible. Peak pace on the soft tyre, 30.6. On the super soft tyre, I should say, 30.6. Miata 2 seconds behind that. As we see the move then from Dirk making through past Miata.
And that's
Dirksen's in seventh. You can see the two cars behind him. So they're talking about Miata and Pepe Marty trying to find room to get around it. They were I think it was Miata diving to his inside and Marty diving to his outside, but Dirksen still holds on to seventh.
Let's look back at the race start and what happened to Victor Martins.
I thought he'd be unopposed at the front of the field, Dino Beganovic. There you can see Victor Martins struggling to get away from the line. Dunn gets swallowed up a little bit as well, but it's a monster start from Fornaroli, who
I don't see what happened to Martins though, unless we just didn't see it.
He's in the Red Bull livery machine between the two Alpine cars towards the middle of the pack. Let's see how it looked from Alex Dunn's Rodin, as you're going to watch Fornaroli on the
that car. I didn't. Yeah, that car just didn't get going. It's looking at the wrong part of the grid.
Down the outside of the leader, Dino Beganovic. Here's Miata, the first driver on that soft tyre. He was up a couple of positions from 10th to 7th after this start, and so has dropped now down to 8th position.
So I think that's Esterson that was off. Wait, it's okay. Number 22. Sorry, that's Sammy Megatunev, not Max Esterson. Esterson is my guess because he sucks so bad. All right, so Dunn says he thought it would be Lindblad and himself in the end game. Here's the battle for second between Fornaroli and Lindblad.
From Jack Crawford at the flag, and he's coming through Villeneuve now. Arvid Lindblad is starting to show really good pace. He is faster than the two leaders by around 0.4 of a second. Does Arvid Lindblad start to make his move now?
So Martins. If there is any kind of safety car here, Martins is not going to want to go a lap down if he can help it. So if he can.
Now, one of my favorite things, while the drivers are battling it out right now, so they're coming to the lap car, Rick and Martins, who is about to go a lap down at least to the leaders. One of my favorite things to look at is the speed disparity between different series. So I thought, because I slept through it a bit, I'm going to try and check the qualifying results for at Imola just to compare the fastest times.
I don't think Beganovic is going to be close enough to Martins to pick it up, but that won't keep him out of trouble from the cars behind.
He's sounding very unsettled in that car, isn't he? But this is very close between Lindblad stop range. Lindblad will want to get these moves done now before we get into the pits. Fornaroli is trying to break the toe. Down to Tamburello. Lindblad sees a gap on the inside. Fornaroli was quick to cover that off. Look how close we are between the top three in this Formula 2 feature race. Out of Tamburello we go. Alex Dunn right there. Crawford right there. It is 5-6 for the lead down to Villeneuve.
It's about a, the top 5 are running together right now. Bogdanovich, Fornaroli, Lindblad, Dunn, Crawford. Add Luke Browning as well, 6th place. Kind of reminds you of a train at the Indy 500, which will be next week. By the way, we're at the 30 laps to go mark. Because lap 6 of 35.
It's the longest pit lane of the year, 25-second drive through, and then the 10 seconds tax for a Formula 2 pit stop. So you're looking at 35 seconds in terms of a stop in comparison to the usual 30.
Crawford is looking very, very quick in P5. He's not alone either with Browning. This is great stuff, isn't it? 6 for the lead in Formula 2. Dirksen is leading the next race, if you like. Pepe Marti has cycled his way up to P8 in that battle. Down the hill we go, and Alex Dunn is feeling the need to defend now because Jack Crawford is all over the back of him. Out of Rabatza 2. Will we see anyone come into the pits and get out of this? Yes. Fornaroli in,
all right.
Lindblad in, Dunn in.
So 3 of the cars that were battling, first, second, no, 4. The top 4 have all pit. So they were all thinking, I think they were set on the super soft tires. So, wait. Bogdanovich, Fornaroli, Lindblad, Dunn. We also have Oliver Goethe in. We have Sammy Megatunev in. See, Dunn's on the soft, at regular soft, so is Fornaroli. Fornaroli loses a position in the pit stops to Alex Dunn. So right now it's Bogdanovich, then Dunn, then Lindblad, then Fornaroli.
That's the benefit. That's the benefit of being earlier in the pit lane. If you get your pit stop done, then drivers behind you are forced to
The top 4 come out together. Well, it's a bit broken up. I'm sure it'll probably close in.
Up to temperature in what is a much cooler track temp than it was yesterday. 32 degrees only. It's around 6 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. This is the defining moment of a Formula 2 race, and where there are seconds, not tenths, to be won and lost.
All right, so I have the pole times for all 3 series.
That's all the work they put in pit stop practice. Okay, we need to watch Crawford and Browning. Are they going to come this lap? Next lap? Will they even try and take it on this soft compound tire?
Formula 3, the pole time was set by Rafa Kamara. Oh, we got 2 more cars. Okay, Jack Crawford and Luke Browning on pit road. The F3 pole was set by Rafa Kamara with a time of 132.206 seconds, which is 119.08 miles per hour, or 191.66 kilometers per hour. More cars on pit road. Richard Verschoor and Keen Shields as well. The Formula 2 pole set by Bogdanovich, 1 minute 27.418 seconds, so 125.6 miles per hour, or 202.16 kilometers per hour.
Here come the rest of the queue, and they have done it, have they? It's going to be a race down to Tamburello. Dino Bogdanovich goes by. Luke Browning is into the race lead. Alex Dunn is going
the overcut. Luke Browning is now takes the provisional lead away from Dino Bogdanovich here. So where did Crawford come out? Crawford comes out in 4th. So now we have 2 groups of 3 in a way. So Browning, Bogdanovich trying to go around the outside in the double Ravatsa. Bogdanovich goes off. Oh, what a save. But so Bogdanovich loses a position to Dunn. So then it's Browning, Dunn, Bogdanovich, and Lindblad, Fornaroli, Crawford. I was in Tosa, okay. The Formula 1 pole time was 1 minute. Hold on.
through the pit stop process for Dino
was
Beganovic
1
came
minute
in
set
with
in
a comfortable lead,
14.67
and now he finds
seconds,
himself having to battle with all of these other feisty charges in the
which
mid-pack.
is equal to
They don't fight too much. Remember, the other drivers got
162.14 miles
stronger
per hour,
strategy.
or
Pepe Martin now
260.9
leading
kilometers
ahead
per hour.
of
Quite
Josh
the big
Lucas,
step
and
up in
down to
speed there.
Tamburello we go. And there is DRS open.
Now it's a train of 6.
Alex Dunn, he's closing in. Luke Browning looking in his mirrors. And
Dunn trying to go around the outside to pass on the Timberwell chicane. He makes the pass even before they get there. Alex Dunn going for his second F2 win, taking the lead here, the provisional lead at Imola. The current leader is Pepe Marti, with Dirks in second, Ritomo Miata in third, but these guys will pit later.
With a little bit more tyre temperature as well. Let's see what's gone on with Invicta. And this is a slightly slow stop for Leonardo Fornaroli that's put him further back in that.
I had to wait for the cars to pass by on the pit road, so that held up Fornaroli.
But it's the rear critically of that leading pack after he was way more in the hunt before he came in the pit lane.
And there we saw, that's how Lindblad got out ahead of him, and that's where the reaction came. This was the move between Beganovic and Browning.
Yeah, so Beganovic needs to get his front axle alongside Browning by the apex there, by the guidelines, in order to deserve racing room on the exit. I don't think he's quite far enough around. So as robust as it looks, I think Browning's justified in taking the line to the exit there.
You're never going to let a driver go around the outside of you like that for what could be the effective lead, are you, at Tosa? So Browning there
Via
doing
Gomez
what was
pits.
necessary to hold on to that position.
We should have stayed up now. Let's focus on tire management. Everything is open now. Yeah, we're fast. Let's go get them.
Well, he was fast yesterday. They look like they have a good race car underneath them on exactly this tyre. Arvid Lindblad still in the hunt for the victory. Let's see what kind of speed Dunn now has in this group. They are 38 seconds behind Pepe Marti, who leads the race.
Dunn is starting to pull away a bit from Luke Browning behind him.
They are on a much younger
About
set of
0.7
tyres,
seconds.
this group. So in theory, should scream up
Speeding in the
to
pit lane
both
noted for
of
Kean
the
Shields.
pack who
That's
are
probably a 5-second
starting on that
penalty.
harder compound tyre. It's a really close race, even on the stopwatch hit, between what is better, the alternative strategy or the traditional strategy, which is the softest compound first. Which strategy is quicker depends on exactly the circuit layout, the fuel loads, and that effect on tyre management. But let's see.
This is Roman Stanek going by Ritomo Miata.
That's for the third position.
Yes, he does on the brakes.
And Stanek gets it.
Off that move. That takes him to third place in the race. But this is working well for Pepe Marti.
25 laps to go.
Fight we are having is just slowing that train down, and those drivers out front, if Dirksen just stays behind Pepe Marti and ticks off the laps, they could start bringing themselves into play here in terms of the overall battle for the lead in those top 6. Let's keep an eye on that gap between Dunn and Marti, especially if this fight continues at such an intensity.
Yeah, quick check-in with both of those fights. Ritomo Miata struggling again a little bit for pace, isn't he? In the middle of that pack, Roman Stanek making the move around the outside. Yesterday's pole position starter who didn't perhaps convert it into the performance that he might have wanted. Looking at the pace between the two gaggles of cars here, the drivers who've stopped are in the 31s, in the low 31s. Drivers who haven't stopped in the low 32s. It's about 8/10 between them a lap. It should be enough, but it's going to be closer than they might like. Between those who haven't.
That was a big moment. Big moment for Dunn. I think he knows. I think the teams are saying to him, look, you need to close this gap down, stop fighting, and get on with it, essentially.
Yeah, that little bit of battling we saw yesterday. Drivers who pushed early in the soft tyre stint really struggle. This is Montoya, is it? And Megatunif just having a bit of a tussle down towards the Variante Alta. Both drivers with their various scrapes, unfortunately, at the beginning of this one. Montoya not getting off the line for the formation lap.
Around the outside then, that's Esterson. That's Megatunif again, actually, going past the Van Amersfoort. So he's making lots of moves today, is Sami Megatunif. Fighting his way up the order, and that was by Rafael Villagomez. Seems to have settled down slightly. I think they know the task sorts itself out position-wise a bit later on, but
right now, the gap between the top 9 who have yet to pit, or at least the leader, and the pack of cars that were leading earlier is about 36.7 seconds. Okay, Kean Shields confirmed to get a time penalty for speeding on pit road. He won't get points anyway. So, but
the team will be on
hey,
the phone, and that's why you've got to trust sometimes the engineer in the pit lane, who's seen, of course, multiple years of this type of racing, especially for somebody like Dino Vikanovic. Found your way onto pole position with no driver next to you to oppose you, and now you're a little bit further down, battling over a net race lead. You've got to breathe and believe a little bit and not rinse this set of soft tyres, because you're going to need them later on in the race.
Down the start-finish straight, Pepe Marti now has got Dirksen all over the back of him. Pepe Marti likes starting 11th. He went from 11th to the victory at Bahrain, and Dirksen likes this pace.
all right, this will be for the lead. So Dirksen is trying to chase down Pepe Marti, as I just said.
By the president of Paraguay for his performances around the Villeneuve chicane and towards Tosa.
And behind the top front two, we got another train of 4 cars: Roman Stanek, Rafael Miata, Kush Miney, Gabriele Mini.
Working a little better, that group that are on the lead in the road. Dirksen within DRS, but at the moment choosing not to be too aggressive towards Pepe Marti. And as always in these Formula 2 feature races, we have 2 trains that are essentially battling each other, while they also battle within their individual groups.
And what happens when those trains merge is going to be the question.
Well, someone wins.
Exactly.
So we need to work out who that's going to be. Done. 35 seconds. That is extremely close if we add warm up the tyre attacks that we've already seen play out between the drivers that stopped on lap 6 and the drivers that stopped on lap 7. That is extremely close to now being within a pit stop window of those who are still out pounding round on their original set of softs.
Fornaroli there, just in behind Lindblad. He lost a couple of positions in pit lane. Right, Dirksen behind Pepe Marti for what is the lead of the race on track.
Dirksen's opting not really to go for that pass for the lead. Right now, I think he's a little more content to ride around.
So it'll be a case of choosing who's going to do the leading and who's going to do the following. For now, it is Marti who is leading this race.
Rear guard action again for Miata with the 2 Alpine
Gap
GTs.
now is 34 seconds.
Himself off in qualifying, losing his fastest lap, but he's having a decent performance here. And Gabriele Mini involved in that contact yesterday, but trying to make as much progress as he possibly can. Done now. Going to be under pressure is Ephraim Browning, who has managed to stay with him after losing the lead after having pitted. But this group all staying together with the benefit of a headwind and relatively strong DRS down the front straight. Vikanovic still in the wheel tracks.
Round Tosa we go, and we should mention that this is wide open now in terms of this championship as well. Our championship leader, Richard Verschoor, as a reminder, is down in 21st
Yellow flag.
place. Pepe Marti, third in the championship, is our leader on track.
Oh God, that's Villa Gomez. His left front is blown, and now he is pulled off the track in one of the turns and has stopped in the gravel. So that
cannot pit under the virtual safety car. They can pit under the safety car, but that's not really in anybody's pit window, is it? It's way too far to take the super soft tire to the end of the race.
Dirksen to the outside Dirksen takes the lead in the Tamburello chicane. They come around the next turn. Is it the Variante Alta? I gotta remember the track map.
It'll be interesting to see that one again. I'm sure we will. Dirksen doing the move into Tamburello with yellow flag.
The Villeneuve chicane. Okay.
Exit. And we'll see that move play out. Jumping back on board.
It's 32. The gap is 32.4 33 seconds. No, 32.5 seconds to the lead pack.
It's for when you pass the yellow flag that racing must be neutralized, and
a safety car would be very interesting, like they said. They want to take their because it'll ruin the length of time needed for one of the. Contact with. I think that's Sebastian Montoya. No. Sammy Megatunev. Okay, Montoya was just behind that mess. So that contact cut down the left front tire of Villa Gomez. That I think is. Yeah, that's in the Villeneuve chicane, and so he has to pull off.
Not what we want to see.
Yeah, I have contact. He just ran me off.
Well, bit of a racing incident, that one. Safety car deployed then.
Safety car. Oh boy. Gabriele Mini and John Bennett on pit road. Mini's on pit road. No, sorry, I said Mini's on pit road.
Soft tyre on, they're going to have to go a long way on those tyres.
All right.
It's a nothing to lose move, isn't it? It's a nothing to lose move. Throw the super.
So they're putting on a super sauce, but now there are 20 laps to go.
Longer than that tyre is designed to go. But if you've got nothing to lose, then chuck it on, have the free pit stop, and go for it.
Well, what we should say is this, the incident.
The leaders will have to make a choice here for that. I mean, it's the optimal time to make pit. You won't lose any time. Well, you won't lose position.
So, effectively, this has worked into the favour of what was our lead queue at the start, Dirksen and Marty. Now will still lead the race, but we have to remember they have to still pit, and the gap to the drivers who have pitted is only going to be the space of a few cars.
Oh, wow. Marty saying Dirksen didn't lift in the sector with yellow flags.
So you're absolutely right, Chris. So the race now, obviously, Mini and Bennett having pitted are curveballs to the whole proceedings. The race now, in reality, is going to be between the Dunn, Browning, Boganovic, Lindblad gaggle. That start in P8 with Alex Dunn sitting in his road in and go backwards from there. The reason for that is we've obviously lost any advantage that those who have yet to pit would have had, and so they are going to have to basically owe the whole field what is quite a long pit stop. We've got someone else as a bit of a pit caller as well. That's Miney who's come in.
All right, Coach Miney pits from 7th.
They've got a decision to make here. Either they definitely lose out front, having given away their pit stop to the rest of the field, or they take what is a pretty unworkable gamble and try and get the car back out there on the super soft and just see if it lasts, but it doesn't.
No, I mean, all they can really hope for is some other kind of stoppage in this race so they can get back up to the pack again if they're going to choose to stay out. Kushmani, I think, is going to try and go longer on those tyres and hope we get the race neutralised at some point in this race, because going this long on those tyres is going to be very difficult.
Interestingly, though, Mini on what are qualifying set of super softs has just dropped now to 10th position.
Yes.
He's unlikely to be able to take those tyres to the end of the race and do anything in terms of results. What he can be is a massive problem.
Yes,
for everybody.
Well, I guess the top 6 to start pitting.
Boganovic for Browning for Dunn.
Mini behind Dino is on option loop. So if at the start he's quick.
Mini came out between Boganovic and Lindblad. At least it's where he's positioned right now.
Don't race Mini too hard and let him come back to you.
Lapped cars may now overtake the safety car, which is just Victor Martins.
May now overtake the safety car. He can get his lap back. Will still be on the
Bennett came out behind the pack of 6.
Had decent pace. Still has the fastest lap for when he was trying to stay out of the way early on in the race. So we'll get his lap back.
Well, the top 6 effectively haven't pitted. We've got the top driver who pitted in that alternative strategy, Mini, slotted in there in what was that lead group of 6 now, 4th in queue, and Dirksen is choosing to go on. The incident that has brought out this safety car, which was between Villa Gomez and Megatunev, or Villa Gomez off
restart the management of the tyre and everything else. So whether they have or they haven't,
Yeah, still waiting. Pack continuing to kind of try and form up.
You can either explain it to the driver who's sitting in the car, who you want to focus on something else, or you can just go, yes.
Yeah.
So they'll say yes. Team will be, if there is any advantage, the team will be going for it and trying to, of course, plead their case to race control. Villagomez and Megatunev will be investigated after the race. That's the cause of this stoppage.
Okay, well, let's see what happens when we go racing again. And it looks like that will probably happen.
Safety car in this lap. So we're going to have to start the second half of the race.
Have to try and go for it. But the interesting fight will be that fight for 7th, Alex. And we've got Mini, who is going to be trying to clear his way through that. And that could cause a little bit of a situation in that fight.
Pincer movement on the battle for the top 3. Dunn, Browning, Beganovic, 7th, 8th and 9th. You've got Mini behind who will be faster. You've got Esterson and Cordial ahead who will be slower. This is a big problem for Dunn, who needs to work all of his race car, all of his racecraft muscles here to try and move through the pack without losing position to those he's really racing behind.
Of course, we have this race for the lead, but watch for the papaya car of Alex Dunn, because he could be our effective race leader in just a few laps' time when these guys come in. The top 6 still need to pit. The leading driver who has pitted is that McLaren liveried car in P7. Okay, down the hill we go. We ride on board with Stanek, and we look like we are about to go racing. Green flags are back out. Safety car is in, and we are back racing for round 4.
All right.
Here at Imola in this Formula 2.
Here we go again. Green at Imola. Good start for the leaders. All right, Dunn to the outside of Esterson as they head towards Tamburello. Dunn sweeps around the outside and passes Esterson, but no one behind him can get it done.
You cannot pass under a safety car before you reach that control line, and had to back out of it slightly. Now it's going to be Browning down the inside of
Browning tried to pass him the Villeneuve chicane, did not.
A critical moment in this race, that.
They're trying to get around him. Beganovic trying to get around Mini, or trying to not get passed by Mini. Excuse me. Browning on the inside of I can't remember what turn that is, but he gets past Esterson to 7th. Here's Dunn trying to get around Cordial. He gets it for 5th or 6th. No, 5th.
Between himself and the pursuers, and that's the strategy that's working. Beganovic still yet to clear Esterson, and he's going to be under the attentions of Mini. Now he's making the move
to the Robazzo they go. Beganovic trying to make the pass around the outside of Esterson. Gets it.
Position, and Beganovic able to get a good run onto that front straight. So important for the continuation of his race.
That was brave stuff from Dino Beganovic. He knew he had to get it down. DRS will be open next time around. We come here. Right, Luke Browning is going to try and get by Amory Cordial. Could he do his teammate a favour and get on the defensive into Tamburello? That's exactly what he does.
Browning trying to find a way around Cordial this time.
DRS enabled this time will be helping these leaders move through the pack a lot next time they come across the line. There's only one zone to use, down towards turn 1, but they'll be very, very glad of it, because they'll have better traction off that final corner, the second Ravazza, and hopefully be able to make a lot more progress.
Lindblad, now the Red Bull Junior, needs to get by Max Esterson. He's got Fornaroli behind as well, and this could be a problem here for Luke Browning. Amory Cordial is teammates with Alex Dunn. He could cause a problem for Luke Browning as they come down to Aqua Minerale.
And Amory Cordial is under no circumstances required to get out of the way here. They're racing for position. They're 6th and they're 7th in the race. Cordial can block to his heart's content. He's not in for a result here, but he can play a real role for the team.
He really can, and that would be a great result for them. He was the one coming through the field last year in an alternative strategy. It hasn't quite worked for them in terms of that safety car this year.
See, the front cars are trying to do a bit of a breakaway, although given that they still have to pit, who knows how long that will last.
Max Esterson we see in the Trident there, just creating a gap to the rest of the leaders.
Yeah, these two drivers getting left out here. Lindblad and Fornaroli both have had so much pace, they've yet
That's a roadblock for those two. Anyway, 15 to go.
And Amory Cordial once again defending from Luke Browning into
Cordial not giving up 6th place just yet.
to Alex Dunn. There goes Arvid
Lindblad passes Esterson in the Tamburello chicane.
Hasn't, so they're each taking their turn to pass the cars that are not on the tyre, which is as young. Fornaroli's going to get held up now through the Villeneuve chicane and in turn lose a little bit of time to Lindblad. Thinks about it on his way down to Toza, but just not enough space to slot the car up the inside there.
Fornaroli in that yellow Invicta trying to get by Max Esterson, who's running his own race, and now Crawford looks to the outside of Fornaroli, side by side up to Piratella we go. Can't quite make the move. Kushmaini is now right behind as well. He's also made a stop in this race. He's put on super soft tyres, has a long way to go though as they head through Aqua Minerale now and up towards the Valiante Alta. The gap is growing between the likes of Dunn, Cordial, Browning still trying to get through as they head over the chicane now.
Trying to make their way through. Cordial still between Browning and Dunn, the two Roding cars working together here, the two high-tech cars behind, but it is Cordial still parking his car in the way. Fornaroli is the yellow car you can see on your screen, the Formula 3 Championship winner from last year, the driver who was hoping to take the championship lead in this exact race, but he can't make the move past Esterson. 1/10 of a second is the gap though as they come onto the start-finish straight. Back to the lead of the race, and we can see this battle, which will be for naught when they eventually have to peel off and pit.
It certainly will be, and this could be a big move here. If Alex Dunn can get two cars between himself and Browning, it would be a significant.
Browning still has not passed Cordial, so Dunn is the only driver to have passed another driver besides Esterson. He goes to the inside of Miata, but can't get to make the pass. By the way, Esterson, I think, is pit, so he's not a problem for the other cars. There, Esterson just fell back a lot.
He's got a lovely situation. Teammate rear gunning behind. One rash move on a driver ahead could cost him what could be a great victory here. Rotoma Miata has been struggling a little bit all weekend long. Super GT champion, though, will know how to race wheel to wheel. Pretty sensible customer. Going to be interesting to see how hard he fights Alex Dunn here. Dunn's going to have a lot of pace as he comes onto that front straight, but Miata could well have DRS from the cars ahead, and that's the problem that they're going to have as these drivers come through to the quicker drivers at the head of the gaggle as they're closer together, and the DRS system is going to be available to the cars they're trying to pass.
Fight for the lead out front. Miata just held on to DRS from Stanek. Here we go for the lead out front. They're side by side. What about behind Alex?
Darkson holding on ahead of Marty. Third place battle. Stanek is about 3 car lengths behind, and then another 3 car lengths to Miata in 4th. And then we have Dunn still trying to pass Miata.
Why they're racing so hard is all is not absolutely lost, but those on the alternative strategy. You could easily get another safety car back in their window on the perfect amount of laps for a super soft tyre and come charging through the field. Sounds strange, sounds bizarre, but we've seen
it's Imola. You're not going to charge through the field.
So they'll still battle away. It's a never give up mentality that so often wins these races.
Well, we've seen what happened in the pit lane. With placement, having to wait for drivers to come through. If you're the first into the pit lane, your team is working on your car first. If we get a safety car later in the race, we've seen what can happen. I remind you of Monaco last year. Zach O'Sullivan coming through right from the back, 15th to first. Anything can happen in Formula 2. It is not
Kushmaini being told to swap the positions with himself and Jack Crawford. They're currently 12th and 13th. They're giving it 5 cars still need to pit in the top 6. They'll gain those positions back.
And in the background, that's the closest. In the blue Williams colours, Luke Browning has been to Amory Cordial. Is this the moment?
Can Browning make the pass heading to Tamburello? No, he can't. No, or will he? Gonna be side by side. Browning gets it, barely. So he clears Cordial. Now Dunn has no cars between him and his main challenger.
Eventual apex for Cordial, who chose to give the correct racing room there. Browning made
Never mind, Esterson didn't pit. He just had a mistake. Big mistake. Dunn finally passes Ratomo Miata. Gets to fourth.
And once again, Alex Dunn now has a car between himself and Miata. Beganovic side by side in the background with Emery Cordial. Does he make the move? No, not quite. I think he had to back out of it. He was almost on the grass coming up to Piratella. He now can see the likes of Browning and Dunn escaping up the road. But once again, we have a car between Dunn and Browning.
He's delivering moves on demand, isn't he? The McLaren Junior. Okay.
I mean, that took a few laps to get for that pass to happen, but I digress.
Stuff as he tries to make his way through. Miata seeded the inside line to Alex Dunn on the way through. And an outside curb is always an interesting place to sit in Formula 2. A little bit of contact there.
Looked like that was a pass on the inside. I think they said it was Tosa.
Miata hands it round the outside.
Yeah.
And then just
oh, and that broke a piece of Miata's wing, I guess. Here comes Dunn to the outside of Stanek as they enter Tamborel chicane. Dunn to third. Put another car between two cars between himself and Luke Browning.
It's great stuff from the McLaren Junior, and he's now staring at a possible lead in this race on track before the other cars have even stopped. It's great driving from the young Irishman who took his first Formula 2 win in the feature race at Bahrain just a couple of rounds ago. Can he now return to the top step? Luke Browning will want to have something to say about that. He's going after his first Formula 2 win. So is Dino Beganovic. The high-tech pair are still in pursuit.
Well, we've reached the 25-lap max, haven't we? We've reached where they reached at the end of the sprint race yesterday with that original soft tyre. Those still running on it start to struggle. You can see the damage to the front tyres, just as you could at the end of the sprint race yesterday. And that's why you're seeing drivers who have pitted like Dunn make their way through the field faster and faster as that tyre falls off a little bit of a cliff towards the end of its run.
And we'll consider Gabrielli stopped. He's on a different tyre, but should start to fall away. But he's still there for the time being. Let's consider what's behind this driver here, Dino Beganovic. How long?
It froze up. Come on. Reload. Once I reload, it'll probably be 10 laps to go. But, okay, hold on. Try it again. There we go. 10 to go.
Once again in that silver high-tech, can't quite get through the Ferrari driver. Academy member started this race from pole position, wants to get by into the lead of the race once more. And Emery Cordial once again on the defensive, doing the work that is needed to be done for his teammate. Oh, we got some debris out there on the inside of the circuit from Ratomo Miata.
And Dunn gets by Pepe Marti. It's at second place. One more pass for Dunn to make on the cars that didn't pit. So now that's 3 cars between Dunn and Browning.
But another move being made, and let's have a look at this then on Pepe Marti. It's another overtake in a similar place, a shorter distance then.
Remember, Dunn was one of the last drivers to be announced for the year. And he might have been the last driver announced for F2. He's on his way to be the first multi-race winner.
On the outside by the Irishman for Marti to just slot into to avoid contact this time around.
Out of the final corner, and now this will be the moment Alex Dunn takes the lead on the circuit. Joshua Dirksen, no DRS. Alex Dunn has it, and he will sail by into the lead of the race shortly. It's just going to be a case of driving by the AIX racing driver.
Dunn around the outside takes the lead heading into Tamborello. So Alex Dunn, the new race leader, with 9 to go. Browning managed to pass Emery Cordial. Someone wants to know. Ratomo Miata has pit. 3 cars in between Dunn and Browning. Also 2 seconds. This will put Dunn as the points leader by 8.
Can happen in the final few laps of a Formula 2 contest. How does he work those tyres? That being said, look at the difference now
great gap. He has a 3.2-second gap over Luke Browning. And
Well, Dunn can probably just pull away now that he doesn't have the
is to try get
cars
this
on old
one to
tires
get through.
to worry about.
Prepared to go after it. Goes down
Yeah,
to number 2.
3.4 second
Browning
lead
is
over
trying to save
Browning
tyres
in fifth.
and then close the gap, or is this just a masterclass from Alex Dunn in terms of getting cars out the way, doing the overtaking?
Everybody pitting in front of him would be the dream, but unfortunately, it is a dream because they're going to try and run these cars
8 to go.
to the point where they might get a safety car to put them back in the action. That being said, if they're really struggling with the soft tyre, eventually they'll pit. But don't expect pit callers for maybe another lap or so. They're not just going to be diving out of Luke Browning's way.
Right, let's watch Lindblad versus Beganovic, because Lindblad has made his way up.
Wow, that's a
It's gonna be
huge ass gap.
we can monitor as well. That's the Red Bull Junior, the second of them. He is starting
2
to
seconds
move
between
towards
himself
the
and
top
Dirksen.
of Beganovic. He got by Mini, who was in the way of him for a little while. Of course, his super soft tyres are now falling off a cliff. And now Lindblad at the back of that queue. This is going to be a significant fight when everyone comes into the pit lane. Our effective fight for podium position.
When is that going to happen, man?
Behind Beganovic, who is stuck in this queue behind Amaury Cordial.
It's those who are not happy to just stick the front wing down the inside in quite the same way that Alex Dunn has managed, but they've found themselves bottle stopped at the back of this queue. And Lindblad, who's had super pace all weekend in his Campos, looking now to try to gather a third Formula 2 podium of the year.
Down the hill, Dino Beganovic looking to return there. Can he get back onto the podium? Into Rivazza we go. The Swedish driver making history for his country in FIA Formula 2 yesterday. Out of Rivazza now, and
They're still not pitting. 7 to go.
Amaury Cordial's car for a while. He will want to get by this time. If he doesn't, he's going to be under attack from Arvid Lindblad. Here we go, and Dino Beganovic is going to be to the outside of
Beganovic
this time.
passes Cordial. Browning passes Stanek.
A little bit further up, Luke Browning has gone by Roman Stanek, and that is an important move for Dino Beganovic.
Apparently there was an investigation for Dunn and Miata for a collision that was not penalized.
He's rather the Minister of Defence, isn't he, throughout this race?
Minister of Defense.
Has spent a little bit of time behind. Lindblad shapes to the inside. Cordial leaves a bit of space,
Ooh,
but has a bit of a moment, and that's going to give
Amaury Cordial gets loose, and Arvid Lindblad will pass him. So that's for 7th.
his pursuit of Dino Beganovic.
And Dino Beganovic, it won't be long now before he is towards the back of his teammates. Look out front though, look at the differences made for a clear track ahead. Alex Dunn, 4.6 seconds ahead of Joshua Dirksen. That is the difference of having a clear road. That is the difference of being brave in your approach, making the moves when those opportunities first come at you. And now he's almost 5 seconds clear of the race.
Wow.
Dunn's done it.
Yes, 4.8 seconds. If you go back to Browning, that's 5.7.
Dirksen, who needs to pit, and then tenths all the way back to Browning, who is the driver who will really be challenging him. Browning in the blue car there, the Williams liveried machine.
6 to go.
Moves to make until he's clear of this gaggle of traffic.
All right, Dirksen pits.
Dirksen jumping out of the way in the AIX machine. So Marty.
So does Amaury Cordial.
DRS from the activation point of Dirksen. Let's see what Browning can
Luke
do.
Browning makes the pass on the inside of Pepe Marti to get to 2nd. Beganovic trying to find some moves. He's around Pepe. No, sorry, that's Arvid Lindblad. Marty and Stanek have yet to pit still. Mini also pit. Wait, again? I thought he already pit.
Have a two-stopper on my strategy simulation,
Hmm.
but it was worth a go from where Gabriele Mini was in the race.
Pepe Marti will pit next lap.
To come into pit lane, so he will come in from 3rd on track. Roman Stanek will be the last driver out there to come into pit lane. Will he follow Pepe Marti in? And this will be the fight for 3rd place between Dino Beganovic and Arvid Lindblad. Luke Browning, you feel the gap is just too big for him now. He has a clear road to Alex Dunn, but the gap 5.6 seconds. Alex Dunn executed those moves when he had the opportunity, and he's made the gap as well.
The problem Beganovic has got here is Marty and Stanek in front of him are going to pit out of the way and rob him of the DRS.
Oh, that's a decent point.
When the two cars in front of him then pit,
So that could make a Brown. Actually, no, it won't. It'll be harder for Beganovic to make the pass. All right, Pepe Marti goes to pit road. Stanek did not pit. This might give Beganovic the ability to try and make the pass. It's into Tamburello around the outside. No. Stanek holds on. No. Beganovic to the inside on the Tamburello chicane. Gets to third. Anyway, 5 laps to go here at Imola.
Surely not the inside of Piratella for Arvid Lindblad. Thinks better of it.
He certainly had a big think about it, though, didn't he? Trying to force Roman Stanek into a mistake, and it's bringing Leo Fornaroli back into play here. So the Italian driver who fell back in.
Fornaroli's in 6th. He has to pass. No, Stanek hasn't pitted, so Fornaroli would go to P5.
He's going to be between 4 drivers at minimum.
This is the moment where you feel like trying to reach into the cockpit of the Invicta ahead of you and go, my tyres are ruined, I want to pit. To try to bring about a pit stop, anything to get out of my way. I want to be on the Formula 2 podium. Let's see if Stanek comes in this time. Well, I think we're expecting him into the pit lane. No, they've changed their mind, we're being told, on the pit wall at Invicta. So Lindblad's going to have to do it on the track.
4 to go.
In order to do so.
Lindblad to the inside of Stanek takes 4th position.
In just 1 lap, he lost 2 seconds. So now he has to try and close that gap down. Has that lap.
So Lindblad will probably only be able to go for the podium at best, if I had to guess. Yeah, because Dunn is 5.5 seconds ahead of 2nd place Browning.
To catch up with Arvid Lindblad, and I wonder if Roman Stanek might just dive out of the way and into the pit lane now.
Yeah, or just
Well, not now. He's on the other side of the track.
because Leo Fornaroli is going to lose the same amount of time. He's going to lose 2 seconds here to Arvid Lindblad. You think that they just let him go through here?
Interesting. Fastest lap is John Bennett. I think on that last lap, 1:30.158.
In Formula 2, but in the circumstances where Stanek's well out of it, I'm surprised they've not moved him.
Great recovery as well for Sebastian Montoya. He's up to P9. Richard Verschoor is up to P10, the championship leader as well. Sebastian Montoya, who was in the pit lane at the start.
Yeah, of course, benefiting from the safety car, deleting all the gaps mid-race, and then getting.
Right, so looking at Dunn taking the. Are we looking at what's done?
We've not seen him for a little while. 5.4.
They're showing his car bouncing around through one of the chicanes.
Done to Browning.
Okay, then.
A very
So we don't miss if Stanek
very
pits.
quiet one.
Yeah, we just saw it. He pits. 3 to go.
This is Fornaroli, but not with the gap that he wants to Lindblad, and actually there has put pressure on Fornaroli by Crawford, who's made his way through nicely.
This is a great performance from Sebastian Montoya. Coming back through the order, Richard Verschoor there as well.
Yeah, now about 6 seconds for Dunn.
Right there. There he is. Well,
For sure, we see him poking around. He's in 9th.
stalled from the front row, but has not given up in this race. He's now P8.
Looking at the running order, the last points driver is Sami Megatunev, the driver who went off the track in the first lap.
Has speed.
I think it was the first lap.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Montoya, not the result he would have been dreaming of at the start of the day, but in the circumstances, great stuff.
He will only feel now what could have been with the pace he's demonstrating out there on the circuit, but he can take this as a huge confidence boost. It's a remarkable drive from him in terms of a recovery for points, because he was staring at almost 0 points leaving this feature race. Well done to him, and he could get a few more here. Richard Verschoor likewise, who is now closing the gap to them. In terms of gaps out front, it is really stabilised between the top 5.
All right.
This driver, the only gap that's
All right, double Ravazza.
the one out front, Alex Dunn is charging
And the final
to
turn.
in the championship.
This time by, it'll be 2 laps to go for Alex Dunn.
Must be a thought.
Right now leads by 6 points in the championship over Luke Browning.
For Alex Dunn, in terms of the amount of traffic out there for him, 6.2 seconds now, and that's what clearing traffic will do for you.
There's his father Noel watching on, nervously, I'm sure. He's always been by his side. A former racer himself, Noel, and on the spanners for Alex Dunn when he was in karting as well. Sure, he knows what it's like to be in a race car. I'm sure more nervous watching on from pit lane, seeing if Alex can go by now and get his second feature race win this season. And I'm sure the McLaren team watching on as well. Zach Brown was quick to congratulate Alex Dunn on his performances. He had a really tricky Formula 3 season last year. We can't forget the achievements Alex Dunn made. He won in Formula 4. Titles there, British F4, challenge for the Italian F4 title, won in GB3 championship there. Just didn't work out for him in Formula 3. Came up to Formula 2, and he's demonstrating his credentials from those junior Formula now.
One of those drivers, a bit like Paul Aron, who just took off with more power underneath the right foot, Alex Dunn. And has demonstrated it today. Green middle sector for him last time around with a relatively aged soft tyre. Very, very impressive. The main battle in this leading 5 or 6 now is Crawford pursuing Fornaroli. That's what we're watching. 0.8 of a second between the two of them. Crawford will get DRS this time around, but I don't think he's going to necessarily be able to make the move. Lindblad is ever so
All right, white flag is out. Last lap at Imola.
But took 0.4 of a second out of him last time around. So let's see if he can get that car, that Campos, within DRS range in the high turn.
A 1.1 second gap for Lindblad to the car ahead on the last lap. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's exactly the situation he found himself in yesterday. We watched the yellow Invicta of Fornaroli. Hugely consistent this season. Crawford's just coming alive this season now. It's going to be 3 points finishes in a row.
7.5 second gap right now.
Strategy-wise, they played this perfectly.
Dunn said it would be him and Lindblad at the end. Well, at least I think it was Dunn who said that. Well, Lindblad's fourth, but he's up front.
Making absolutely sure. Bogdanovic now within a second of Browning, but it could all be too late.
He'll take the points lead from Versure by a pretty good margin. Well, over to Versure. He'll still have the 6 points over Browning.
These races, impressive stuff from him. But what a sequence of overtakes from Alex Dunn.
He carved his way through the cars that hadn't pit, one by one. Now he's going to go for his second feature win of 2025. Here he comes to the final turn, and it'll be Alex Dunn who wins the feature race at Imola. Browning second, Bogdanovic third, Lindblad fourth, Fornaroli fifth, Crawford sixth, Gertha seventh, Montoya eighth, Versure ninth, Megatuniv in 10th. And that'll do it for the feature race here at Imola. The next stream, 9 o'clock for the F1 Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Thanks to everyone who showed up for today. I know, obviously, early race, not a lot of people. I'm thankful to those who came anyway. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.